Voice check. Can everyone hear me? Sorry about microphone problem. No, I can continue to explain everything with my voice. It will be more easy than before. Sorry, a little bit late, but not hard. Today we will check how we can create Hypervoter Pro. Most asked question, which one is create custom settings with autopilot. First of all, autopilot is settings which one is created by Hypervoter Pro technical team. This settings is, as you can see, ignores all other settings and just use with settings we have seen before. These settings contain only story actions, so there is no follow or no unfollow or no any other settings. As you can see, these options is completely disabled when I enable this option. How we can use these settings with all custom settings? First of all, we need to enable this button. Click here to save. Then it says task updated, autopilot mode is on. Then we refresh page and disable these settings. And here we can see right now, autopilot settings is already applied to all settings. So after you disable it also, you will continue to use autopilot, but the one thing is different. You cannot update the settings. For example, when we update settings on autopilot, you cannot get latest settings when this one is disabled. Here you can see all settings is already set it up, and you just need now create your own settings. For example, we explained today real phone automation is need activity time settings now. You can click to here and you can choose time, or just, for example, our team says your accounts work with 16 to 23. First select all, then disable this box. When it's blue, it means at this time Hypervoter Pro will work, and it's very dangerous to use Hypervoter Pro and real phone automation together. For this reason, we disabled all bugs at this hours. And also you want to make, for example, a Telegram notification, just example, you can add your settings in here. Enable error reports also, very good settings. When you want to like real-time notifications, very good option to get information from Hypervoter with Telegram. Here is also language filtration is exist. I also can suggest to this if you just target to your local or some very special targetings. In here, rep independent DM, most of people is asking how we can approve and rep the requested DMs. This feature is completely designed for it. As you can see, there is options rep dependent DMs. In general, when it's reply, it will like last message, and it's also have don't move approve DM. When it's reply, it's also moved to related DM. Don't attack the profile here. When you use username or something else, it will attack the profile card in there. And if you use like professional account, you have two folder. One of them is general, one of them is, if I'm not wrong, primary should be. Then this feature is like this. In here, you should write your message, spin text, emoji, and links is supported. You can add multiple message using spin text like You can add one line here, and one line uh, down, and you can add like line-based schema. Username, full name filter. Most of people is asking how we can ignore like, for example, username based or full name based filtration. For example, you want to just ignore, just I can give an example for my name, like which people is contain Kani names. Like you can just write here to, for example, my name or word or something else. Like I use this option mostly uh like this spam accounts or something else like this. And then this tool will ignore all this type of accounts and it will not make any action on them. You can also add some name or words like if you have, for example, in general, people is complain about Indian and Arabic users follow them mostly. For example, European customer says they don't want to get some followers from like Asia or Arabic plates. For this reason, they can add some names which one is related with these nations. Then they will ignore to these nations completely. Restrict comments. It's a very useful option when you want to stop like hateful speech on your comments. You can add some words like which one is contain hate or spam or something else. Like mostly I hate to all people which one is just sending like send it to mention it account and then we can post blah blah. I get these comments very much and I use this option for that. Live broadcast is not using anymore because of it's dangerous, but we keep it on settings because of maybe one day it will be useful again. Send DM, as you can see, it's 30. It's also 30 because of, for example, every 30 days you will send one DM to one people, like same people, you will send maximum one DM direct message, and then you will not bother them with your direct message, and it can be good filtration because of stop to hate about your profile, because then you will not get like you are spammer or something else message from them. Daily 30 DM is good for normal and general accounts. If your account's trust score is less, like you are getting more verification or something else, you can use like 25 or less than 25. You can also move the tweets. Don't attack a profile here. It's also same when you mention a username like this. Or tool will make it like profile card. So this option is stopping to make it a profile card. And here we go, mass actions. As you can see on my profile in here, 2032 follow action I did on Hypervoter Pro without any problem because of my account is very active and I care about my contents. I'm very active user on Instagram and I can do these actions very easily. When you want to make like follow or like or comments or like post comments, unfollow, comments, actions, you can use this mass action section. First of all, always I suggest to start with this option because it makes like you are starting with, for example, 10 per day, then next day 15, then next day 20, like it's increasing like this. When you enable this option will affect all these action speeds and make them like 25 percentage to 100 percentage, and it's increasing daily basis and make it more safe and more reliable. Like always, I suggest start with 50, but if your account is not good and not active or content quality is less, you can start with 20 per day. And I suggest always just one action per profile because we have very big limits on actions for the season. I don't want to waste my action chance on same profile. This one is completely targeted to your own followers. Following people, sorry, not followers. Which profile you follow, you can like their post with this option. After so many time, I didn't talk with microphone, and it's very hard for me today talk you guys. Follow options. You know all these tools mean. You can follow targeted peoples, and we also suggest to start with 50. But if your trust score is bad, you can start from like this distance, like 20 or 25 is up. If you want to move, here is also options. When you arrive to like, for example, your customer says, if I reach to, for example, 2000, if I can find. Yes, for example, we are here, it's 2000 following. When it arrives to this number on your followings, it will start to unfollow action. It will not ask to you, it will directly start. Unfollow side also, for example, if you make 50 per day, you should make 50 per day unfollow also. Why? Because of, for example, if you want to make your following count stable, like after uh, 2 days enough, because of if people want to follow you, they can decide in 2 days. If they don't decide, it's their mistake. You can continue to follow any other customers, any other targets, and make action on more active people. So also, if they don't follow back to your page in 2 days, it means they are not also active users or actively using Instagram. It is also we have two options: keep users who following you back. When people follows you, so follow back to you, you will not unfollow them. Uh, Unfollow user which not followed with the model. Hypervoter Pro has an algorithm which one can detect which users is followed by model and which one is not followed by model. We have database to collect them completely, and when it's necessary, for example, you want to unfollow which one followed by tool, you are unfollowing them with tool directly. And if you want to also unfollow which people didn't follow by tool, you can just use this one. I will take all questions when I complete first explanation. In here we have whitelist. You know, whitelist is mean which people you don't want to affect from actions. Like they will not get unfollowed by tool, so you need to add their names. For example, if you don't want to unfollow me, you should add my username, like Kani from Turkey. Here is comments. Comment is 30 per day is for good trust score accounts. Like this settings is for good trust score accounts. I can suggest 20 or 25. And this settings is okay. Once per 30 days every time, okay, because of we don't want to bother people and we don't want to look like spam. I complete my first explanation. How we can track performance of real phone. As question is very good. So much time I get this question. On real phone, no, we don't have any user interface to show any details about how account is running because of it's really real phone and they are working with our server and we will integrate them soon to our dashboard to show every details to users. How you can track? I can say it's like you can add your account to sharing tools. Then your accounts will show how it's growing. In here, I can show also like you can see here. In this side, you can see how much growth you got on your account, and then you can be sure how it's working. I'll start second question. For real phone automation, do we need to make anything inside sharing tools? You need to directly contact with our real phone team. Uh, as you know, we have sharing tools phone Telegram accounts for provide directly support about the real phone automation. You just need to contact with them. They will help you about all steps for activating your account on real phone automation. If you use mass action, can we set in to 25 accounts on same or proxy? When you use mass action, I can suggest to use less accounts. Like instead of 25, I can suggest maximum 10. So you will make more mass action, like follow, like unfollow action, and it will increase your security and performance on mass action. Is there any question? Uh, about settings, as you can see, we didn't save settings for this reason. It's didn't disable it. When you disable autopilot settings, you can see in here you can modify all settings and save it again. And then you will use autopilot plus your custom settings. So it means you can also use it autopilot settings to your custom settings, mass action, or something else different than or default settings. Or default settings always make a calculation with general accounts like it contain high trust score to bad trust score accounts, and then we make test on all of them, and then we create the settings. So it's not like, oh, we can use the settings on one account, so let's use on everyone. It's not written like this for this reason. Uh, it's general settings. Yes, you need to be sure about your accounts. Why? Because all accounts have different trust score. All accounts have different conditions, and you cannot use same settings for every account because of it's like just imagine people's is also different because of they have other interesting than others, and they have other addictions than others. For this reason, everyone's is living different lives. At automation, account accounts is also same. They have very different interests, very different addictions. Like trust score is a type of addiction for them. Why? Because of it's like you cannot change it easily, and it's like you should work very hard for to increase your trust score. Trust score is the main thing on automation, and you need to take care about it every time. For the season on sharing tools, we are using Scrappers. Scrappers is like collecting data for accounts, and accounts is only doing actions. So Instagram is very sensitive on data collection. For this reason, we are using directly to scrappers. Is there any question? Wait a minute. Lack of daily action means we need to increase hours and activity time. By default, activity time is disabled for all accounts. So you are not using activity time if you don't set it yourself. On autopilot, we don't use activity time setting because of we don't need. Why I suggest to use autopilot activity settings. Today I announced real phone automation for everyone, so you can use activity time settings when real phone automation is active. And I am sure real phone automation will increase also your trust score because of it's directly using official original Instagram application. For this reason, it's very safe and very good to use. But it's very slow than Hypervoter Pro. Hypervoter names is coming by fast. It's how it's fast. It's named us like this, and for this reason, I suggest to use like Hypervoter plus real phone automation. You can also use on Hypervote mass action for follow, unfollow, or uh, comment or else. But on real phone, it's more stable and it's more safe and it's more fast. For example, on Hypervoter, on my account, I can make only, if I'm not wrong, 200 follow per day. But on real phone automation, I can make near to 300. Just imagine how it's different. And like actions, like normal post like, is very sensitive on automation side. So Hypervoter side, but it's very stable on phone automation side. Uh, we created phone automation for this reason, like just for follow, like, and unfollow action or comment actions. How many scrappers would you recommend for edge accounts to mass actions? In general, we are using 10 accounts, 10 scrapper accounts per edge accounts. So one main is equal to 10 scrappers. But you can also add like 20. It's up to you how you want. You can manage like that. But by default, our system is only triggering when, for example, scrapper is less than 2. It's automatically adds 10 more scrapper to that process. Is there any question about like custom settings or something else? In your opinion, it's safe. Wait, first I will show it on screen. In your opinion, is it safe to use system proxy on Hypervoter Pro if all profile is from different country from location of system proxy? For example, my proxy is mostly from United States, Israel, uh, Great Britain, and Austria, if I am not wrong. Yes, Austria and Turkey. But before Turkey, before I create my proxies myself, I use always like Israel on my profiles, and I didn't get any problem. But it's not mean to you don't get problem. Why? Because of as you remember, I said about something to trust score. Trust score is like your lifetime of a content. Instagram is handling everything with that trust score. For example, if your trust score is bad on different country location proxies, you will get some problem like logout, verification, or something else. So it's mean like you need to use same country location proxies because of your trust score is very less, and you need to improve that trust score to make it more actions and more performance. For example, when you use your country proxies, it can provide like 2 times more safety and performance because of Instagram will says, oh, okay, this user is using same country IP, so I don't have any problem with it. But when you make many action, when you make like 1,000 action per day, I'm not talking about threats. Threat is also more dangerous than actions, right? When you make like 1,000 action per day, you need to use like mobile proxies because of the main things of automation is like jumping on IP addresses. When you jump IP addresses, it will make like undetectable by artificial intelligence of Instagram. So main thing is very big pool of the mobile proxies. That's it. Can you give some tips on who to target, like how big should the accounts be so we can get more high quality traffic, you know? Um, on automation industry, most people made some mistakes. I posted on channel few days ago. Maybe you read already. Uh, First of all, everyone is just trying to target same people. It's like you are just trying to get same friends with everyone, and that friend will says, "Oh, it's fun. I'm very famous, so I don't need to connect or contact with anyone." So it's like this. When you use same targets with everyone, so that target audience will understand you are automated. Then follow back ratio will be very less and you cannot get enough results from the targets. What I suggest, for example, there is a billion account in Instagram and many of them have like more than 10,000 followers. And I suggest to use like some strategy, which one is has spatial target options. Like you can create, for example, instead of 10 target or 50 targets which one contain million followers, you can create like 1,000 targets with 10,000 followers per each. So you will get more traffic than that previous example because of that 10,000 followers people didn't targeted by any other people before. On this subject, we have lead finder tool. You can make, for example, location search. You can make filtration, and at that filtration, you can use like minimum 10,000 followers, and then you can get very good list for your niche. Hello, welcome. Only, I think it's only fun agency again. Uh, automates like an people. On Hypervoter Pro, we have already this feature. I can show 1 second. You mean like targeted source or from like in targeted source? You can enable this, and you will just like not just like you will mix it like from target also from your timeline. Timeline likes mean which people you are following. You will like their photos or their posts. And feel free if you don't get enough response about my answers, you can ask your question again. That's mean if you want to use Hypervoter Pro and real phone automation to try to your system proxy, and if we got your login or some verification, best option is rent a phone and put account on our country-based proxy, same as account. Yes, exactly. Every time you can make some tests, then you can decide what you need to do. Because of, for example, you cannot know what type of account you have before test. About trust score, you can get information or feedback only when you make some tests on automation. Without automation test, you cannot understand which type of trust score you have. Is there any question? We will also share this live stream as a recorded video. Then you can watch it again and again. When you have some question, you can check all our videos and get information about it. Gender filtration. On automation industry, who provide to gender filtration, they are using artificial intelligence about the photo or name-based analysis. For example, I have data about like France, and I know all French women's names and men names. So on system, I made analyze and make it compare between Instagram username or first name or full name. Then I decide it's girl or man. On photo based analyze, it's like you are just making a process about photo, and artificial intelligence is making some analyze, then decide it's woman or man. Why we didn't add this feature to sharing tools? Because it's very expensive solution. I try to keep all our price to reliable and cheap for everyone, but I also have some idea about more filtration with some another packs, because on current membership we cannot use this filtration because of it can increase membership price like 2 times or 3 times, because it's artificial intelligence using GPU based servers, and it's very expensive. Otherwise, you can also use like some API like Rapid API or something else. We are also thinking about it to provide customers, like you can just directly enter your Rap- Rapid API hash to there, and then Sison will use on your accounts to scrape all data and filter every data for with your Rapid API membership. Good question, but as I told you, I need also keep all price like same always or compatible with everyone's wallet and make it reliable. It's hard to add all features to same page. Even though, for example, we added phones, TikToks, and we are going to add YouTube, Twitter, and something else more. It's like we are already at limit. If we add like limit filtration to our packs, it will make it like we are working for like humanity, and it's very hard to run team with this motivation. Is there any question? You, so you suggest better to target like over user accounts with about 10K follower, 10,000 follower than 30 accounts with 1 million follower each, right? Yes, exactly. I suggested this why because of, for example, 1 million follower accounts is already famous and most of people know them and most of people is targeting them. So daily 1,000 people is making action on that profiles, and so that profiles is already know what's the automation, and they will not follow your profile because of they know you are using automation. This one only have one difference. It's like, for example, it's 10 percentage of chance to get follower from these targets because of only your account should be amazing, not like normal, amazing content. Then maybe you can get 10 percentage of this target's followers. Last few minutes to complete our live stream. If you have any question, please send it on chat so we can directly on platform or directly with examples. If you put profile on system proxy and we want to start real phone automation, would accounts need to accept login from real phone automation login, or your team will login without confirmation code? Uh, Proxies is different for this reason. You need to confirm your login. It's like It's not also about proxy. When you log in on different devices, you need to approve sometime login request. Especially at this time, Instagram is checking these details very uh, sensitively. For this reason, you need to confirm sometime code or just confirm login request on phone. Thank you very much for joining to our stream. I will try to create 5 stream per week and try to explain all details. So please give feedback on our Telegram channel and join to our discussion channel. Ask your question, ask your experience about the tools. We will talk and discuss everything in our live streams every week. See you soon. Have a nice day. Keep pushing.